We've measured out 83 kilograms of product from Logichem. And we have 150 litres of water. Sorry, 100 litres of water in the Instantiser. This is an Instantiser running at 100% speed at 50 Hertz. So that's 1400 RPM on a 4-pole motor. Instantiser, part of its mixing action is the square tank with our bottom outlet, motor cover, and the controls are just start stop. Okay, we're going to run the Instantiser at 50 Hertz, at 50%. Watch the dust, Braden. Yep. Okay, this is bucket number 2. And I'm just going to continue adding the buckets there. Seems to be mixing well. Slowing it down to have a look at the product, but I'll keep the impeller going. Give it a bit of a, I'll just pull it up to pull a bit of a vortex. It seems to be pulling a vortex, which means the product's going down into the sump impeller area. I'll stop it for a minute. And we have a few air bubbles, but the product seems to have mixed. Small sample out. So we've got, just video that. don't think we have any lumps. There's some air bubbles, but there might be a few very small lumps. But we haven't run it at full capacity and speed yet. So I'd like to... So it seems to be mixing quite well. So I'll have a look back inside the Instantiser. If I run it very slow, I may remove the air bubbles because they'll be pulled down into the vortex. So I'm still able to pull a very small vortex. You can see the air bubbles attracting to the middle. And that's running at 20%. So we may see we don't have any product build up in the corners, although the corners are radiused, but they're corners. So we seem to have mixed it quite well. I'm going to give it a bit of a... I'm going to shut the manway just for a moment because it'll splash everywhere. I'm going to run it at full power for a minute. Keep the video going. That's 100% frequency. Slow it back down to 50%. We'll slow it down to about 20% now. You can see a little bit of aeration still, but not a lot. I'm going to stop it. I'll take a little sample and we'll have a look. Yeah, just a little bit of aeration, but there's certainly no globules or any fisheye. There seems to be no particles with dry middle. It's a few little, I can see some little bits there, but I'm going to run it again a little bit more. Yeah, I can see some tiny little pieces. I can see some very small pieces here that are dry. I don't know if I can get that out. So there's only very few, so I think if I close it again, and I'm going to run it hard for a little while. I don't know how long it'll need, but I'm going to run it at 100%. Is running at 100% now. We'll keep the video going so guys over at Logichem can actually see how long it's been mixing for, so I won't pause the video during the experiment. have another look inside. We'll let the product settle. I might just try to get rid of some of the air bubbles. Try to suck the vortex a little bit down. Just enough to get rid of the air. Pull the air down into the... There seems to be one or two globules in the bubbles which I think we could probably get rid of with a bit of additional effort. A bit more speed. The product certainly looks a lot more glossier now, that's for sure. Just get rid of those air bubbles. They're creating new ones, hopefully. There you go. Stop it now. A slight amount of aeration. I can't see any dry pieces at the moment. Can you have a look around to look with the camera to see if you can pick anything up? And we've only run the Instantiser for a few minutes really, so longer durations of mixing I think will further improve it. I don't see any dry pieces now. Take a small sample. There's a couple of, I think I might have picked those up on the lid on the way in actually, that dry piece. Because there's dry powder around the top of the Instantiser. So very consistent. I'll do that again. Pouring the product out. Trying to do it slowly, I'll do it again. So that appears to be mixed quite well. The volume has definitely decreased from the initial addition of the dry product. It came up quite high. So I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to mix the Instantiser for maybe 5 or 10 minutes and then we'll have another look at it. So you can stop the video. We'll
turn it on. Alright, we've just run the Instantiser for 5 minutes, 100%.
Notice the product thickened up in the bucket a little bit, so I'm expecting the product to be a little bit thicker now. So, of course, pretty much the same amount of aeration. I'm going to run it at 20% maybe just to get rid of those bubbles. It's 20% there. Just enough to get rid of the air. We'll see how it looks. There's a bit of dry caking up just from when I was loading around the manway neck. So the few spots of powder that I may have seen initially may have fallen from the neck. So it looks like the product is smooth, I would say. Just enough to get rid of the bubbles. Samples. I'll try not to touch the side. Here's the product. Very consistent. No lumps. Again. This has been after a further 5 minutes of mixing. So the product, there it is there, when I stop. I would say that's looks very well. So I think I'll stop the experiment there. You can see the product is emptied out, it's drained from the Instantiser. Now we'll video washing the inside the tank as best we can, just to show the the Instantiser's drainability.
Quite a video inside if you can.
I've just given it a very quick rinse. It seems to come off with a bit of high pressure. And there's the bottom of the Instantiser impeller. Seems to be draining well. Give it a proper clean and video. I'll just show how things are invented very well. I still need to clean on the top, but a CIP spray ball would get most of that. So it is cleaning off quite well off the stainless. And you get the impeller.